WCCB News Edge with Morgan Fogarty and Rance Adams starts now.
Here we go.
Oh my, it actually did it.
Yes, it did. Now just stay there while we set up the show. It's cold, so cold you could go outside and stick your tongue to a pole like our friend did, but if you're smart, that's something you'd rather not do. And there are plenty of other times where this cold weather puts a cramp in your style. This is The Edge. I'm Morgan Fogarty.
And I'm Rance Adams. You never saw A Christmas Story? People change their routines when it's this cold.
Yeah.
For example, the school system has to plan extra time for the buses to warm up. You heard on WCCB News at 10 that some schools have even closed because of the temperatures. And for the ones that are open, kids are going to be hating that waiting at the bus stop.
But the schools are special. Most of us have to grin and bear it and keep doing what we do. So what's the one thing you dread the most when it's this cold outside?
Well, we've already talked about me and the bus stop rule in my house.
Driving to the bus stop?
I was posted up there this morning. It was 20 degrees, but tomorrow at -5. Ooh.
It's going to feel like -5, yeah. A lot of you are posting on my Facebook page, and this seems to be one that's getting a lot of likes. Cindy Rodriguez wrote, thinking of the animals being left outdoors while their humans remain indoors where it's warm is what she dreads. I totally agree with you.
Does that count when I let my dogs out, or is that talking about the people who leave their pets out?
No, the people who leave their pets out overnight.
Nobody does that anymore, do they?
Oh, honey.
Come on, people.
Honey.
At least.
Yes.
Ay, vey.
It's something that every year we talk about. You got to bring it. They are not wolves just because they have fur. They are not equipped to handle this these sort of temperatures. It's just, please be humane and bring them inside. Other people are saying getting out of bed in the morning. It's true. Your house is colder in the morning. Your bed is nice and warm and comfy.
You know, not here, but I'd heard of people having like these heated bathroom floors or whatever, and I'm like, that's such a waste. That's so dumb. Until you have to wake up with these temperatures and you like step on the floor. You talk about shocking your system.
That
you know,
actually feels really good.
But yeah, that stepping out of the bed under the covers. Oh, it's no good.
Yeah.
Our man on the edge, Robert Wilder, can't stand taking the dog out for potty when it's this cold. But what's your cold weather dread?
I dread getting up and going to school when it's cold. It's so hard to get out of bed and go to class.
I know that's so warm.
It is, and so cozy inside your apartment.
I know, right? School should be closed when it's cold.
It should, if it's bad weather, but otherwise you have to go.
Right.
So,
what are you majoring in?
I'm an art major.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just stay at home and just say you're working on your creative mind.
Well, I feel like I should go to class, but...
It's cold, right? Yeah. You don't even have your arms in your armholes.
Go see him. Hey, you're not gonna see him.
What do you hate? What do you dread doing in cold weather like this?
You know what you can't do? You can't smoke a cigarette outside like that. You can't eat. You can't.
Just do it all with no hands.
Yeah. Like if you got to use the bathroom, you can't really do that.
You should be using the bathroom in the outside anyway.
Well, yeah, but you know.
I don't know.
Trying to get my exercise in, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's hard to walk in this cold.
It is. The wind is blowing in my face, and it's just like, oh.
And if you run, your lungs going to freeze.
Exactly.
Riding my bike early in the morning.
How far are you coming in?
From Scaly Barks, about 4 miles. Not too bad.
You're not gonna. You wouldn't hop on a bus or take a car or a taxi?
When it's raining, I'll ride the train, but other than that, typically I ride my bike, yeah.
Tough man. Again, the question of the night. What's the thing you dread most when it's this cold outside? Facebook or tweet it to us. Now let's try to stay warm by getting active. Speed things up.
Read its Edge on the Clock time.
Yes, it is, guys. You know, she is so busted. Presidential first daughter, Malia Obama, under investigation for this picture that was posted to Instagram. Actually, it may not really be her, possibly just a look-alike. Even a stunt by Pro Era, the hip-hop group, printed on her shirt. What do you think?
Under investigation. A teenager is under, and first of all, it's not a selfie because both of her arms are visible in the picture. Selfies are when you take the picture yourself, so that is incorrect. Number 2, we don't know for sure that it's her. Number 3,
but it looks like her.
Come on, like kids wear stupid stuff. They do stupid stuff.
But she's the president's daughter. You don't get that free reign like that when you're the president's kid.
Yeah, you're right. She's not out killing anybody. She's not selling drugs. She's not selling herself. She's wearing a T-shirt for a rap group. Move on.
What she said.
The official group of people who literally decide what time it actually is say we need to add a second to this year to even time up. It's a leap second that they add every few years. If they actually do it, what are you going to do with the extra time?
I'm dumb, because I never even realized that, I mean, they would add a second. Who notices? Why? What is it going to do to the space-time continuum?
It throws off everything in the world. No, but seriously, adding the leap second can throw off computer systems.
I get that, but what is it? Why do we need this?
Because if we're not, what is it? It has to do with the Earth's rotation. That if we're not, if our clocks are not blah-bitty-blah synchronized, they're talking about perhaps 2 times, like a technological time versus sort of, I guess, like everyday lifetime.
Sounds like some Matrix talk to me.
It's Matrix talk.
I'll use it to write a novel. McDonald's of Japan says that there is no proof that the tooth somebody found in their order of fries was actually fried along with that order. But still, does not frying the tooth make it any better?
Yeah.
So if this is interesting, this is a tooth that supposedly came from the processing plant. Now what's interesting is all the people that work in the plant have to wear masks.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't know how this tooth came about. But really?
But, I mean, we find stuff in our food all the time.
Japan is having a lot of problems with it. They've had a lot of plastic found in, like, their nuggets and stuff like that.
Yeah, what is Japan McDonald's sales are down, what, 11%?
Six consecutive years, first loss in 11 years.
It's, yeah, not good.
You know, it's one thing to know that you're not going to accept $1 billion payoff for a divorce settlement, but it's another thing to see the handwritten check and still pass. It's what that Oklahoma oil tycoon's ex-wife did. Could you?
This story frosts my cookies because I'm seeing a lot online from people saying, mostly guys, I'm not picking on you guys, but mostly guys saying, she's so greedy, $1 billion isn't enough for her. Her husband, her ex-husband, is valued reportedly at about $18 billion. She helped him amass that wealth. She helped him create the business. She helped him grow the business. So if you're her and your spouse says, I'll give you $1 billion of the $18 billion we amassed together, yes, of course, it's a tremendous amount of money. But if we're just looking at percentages, no, it's not.
Who cares? Who's got a check? Who can write that? I can't even write like $100 on my check and get it all on one line. He's got that thing.
The other thing I want to point out, because people like to just read headlines and they don't like to actually read information, is that she is appealing the ruling. He has also filed an appeal, so accepting the money could jeopardize her appeal, which is another part of the story that nobody wants to talk about. Because the headlines,
Who writes a handwritten check anymore? One more quick story to squeeze in. The guy in New Mexico who picked up a scratch-off ticket and won $500,000, then found out it was a misprint. The lottery won't pay up, but did offer $100 worth of lottery tickets as a make-good.
No. Heck no.
Problem.
This poor guy.
And he says in his business he's never cheated anybody. Any mistake he's made good on. He's like, and the lottery commission is just like, sorry.
Yeah, it was apparently a printing error that like smudged the numbers and made a 6 look like an 8 or whatever the case may be.
But the problem with suing is he could sue, but then he's going to end up having to pay all that money to the lawyer anyway.
Yeah.
So it's.
Can you imagine? You won. Oh, just kidding. Actually, you didn't.
I'll tell you a story about that.
What are the odds the Panthers can take the Seahawks? We'll run the numbers. Plus, what do you do when the kids start an impromptu backseat dance party? Well, you grab the camera, of course, but you should do one more thing as well.
And there's nothing like a sexy underwear party with a bunch of 18-year-old girls.
Oh,
Does it make it weird that her dad set it up for her birthday? And there are plenty of pictures to prove it.
Awkward.
What's the thing you dread most when it's this cold outside? Facebook or tweet it. If you can thaw out your fingers enough to use your phone or laptop or tablet. While the Panthers are gearing up for the battle in Seattle, you like that phrase?
I like it.
The bookies aren't giving the Cats much of a chance.
The odds makers say the Panthers are 11-point underdogs for this game.
I heard a rumor even before Lotulelei got hurt that the spread could go as much as 14 by the time kickoff comes around.
Good. Let them hate. Let us go in under the radar. See what we can do.
Now, of course, I want the Panthers to win, but if I were a gambling man, I would put that money on the Panthers because I think they could actually win the game. I definitely think they'll beat the spread, but this is one of those games that people are super nervous about, like, oh, the Panthers can't do it. They don't, and it's like, this game is going to be just smash mouth, street brawl to the, think of WWE, one of those big cage matches. You never got into that, but it's going to be epic.
John Cena and The Rock was my favorite.
But this is going to be epic because you're going to have Jonathan Stewart going up against Beast Mode.
Don't judge me, Rance Adams. Stereotype me.
My bad, no Star Wars watching. But I mean, what do you think? I mean, this is going to be a crazy game.
It's going to be a very crazy game. It doesn't help us that Star is out, but you know, the last time we lost to them, it was close. I think in the last 3 times we faced the Seahawks, we lost by a combined total of 13 points. We can beat the Seahawks if we play good, clean, meaning no errors football. A-plus game for a full 60 minutes. They would have won the game this year except for that last 45 seconds. Got to play smart. Cam's got to play smart. The team goes as Cam goes. I firmly believe that. So we'll see what happens. Touch on your passes, Cam. Little gentle love. We're pounding through the playoffs following the Panthers with live reports from Brandon David out during WCCB News at 10, starting Thursday night at 10. And hopefully on to the Super Bowl. Don't jinx us. I got to get through this. You're not on wood, not plastic. All of it. Some questioning parenting skills coming up. They will make you shake your head. Like, can you guess what's going to happen next here? No. Nah, we'll play it to the end. Coming up next. Cute. And let's see what the big surprise. Oh, we got it right there. Whoa. Yep. Your video, you got to make sure you look where you're going front ways. Oh, my goodness. And the little girl looks up like, hey, what happened? That's horrible. It's all fun and games. Nobody was hurt. That video is horrific for anybody to see, especially for parents. Nobody was hurt. And there's no word even now if the video is real. But it is just going viral on the well, yeah, and it's going viral on the internet, and it's a good reminder because you do see a lot of times parents taking really cute pictures of their kids when they're driving, and it's let somebody else shoot the video. Another great parenting decision made. You'll love this. When a California dad threw a Playboy Mansion-themed birthday party for his 18-year-old daughter. Up to 200 teens were there, with the girls in skimpy lingerie, drinking booze and wearing bunny ears. Bonus, they Instagrammed the whole thing. Of course, the cops are involved. The dad's been arrested. And they've got all the photographic evidence on Instagram. Yeah, when they showed up, there were teenage boys passed out in the house, scantily clad 18-year-old kids drinking alcohol. They're being charged with social host something for basically serving underage teens. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I want to try to find the exact charge for you now. Okay, Jeff Lake, the girl's father, charged with violating the town's social host ordinance. That ordinance makes it illegal to host a party where underage individuals consume alcohol. Mm-hmm. Beyond the alcohol part, which is egregious enough, completely egregious enough. Yeah, I know. I just say it's California. That's all I can say. Put on those bunny ears and your lingerie. Oh, yeah, invite all your little girlfriends over looking on. Yeah, so anyway, moving on. What is he thinking, the dad? Nothing. Bill Cosby's television wife is coming to his defense. Felicia Rashad says, quote, forget these women, unquote, who are making assault accusations. While she says she doesn't want to be a part of the story, she also says the whole thing is orchestrated by somebody trying to bring Bill down. And she says, case in point, so many of his contracts have been canceled. He's off television right now. I don't know. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. And 3 more have come, but what are they doing? Why are they trying to tear Bill down now? He's already got his empire. I mean. You'd also wonder, that would take a lot to orchestrate all of these people to agree to do this, but we'll see.
There's more Edge, including the forecast, when we come back.
But right now, it's your last chance for today's headlines. The cold weather has Avery and Watauga County schools closed tomorrow and several others on delay, but not CMS, at least not at this time. We'll keep the list updated at WCCBCharlotte.com and have the very latest on Rising. One of the suspects in that deadly terrorist attack on a satirical newspaper office in France has turned himself in. 2 others have been identified. That attack left 12 people dead this morning. And a Charlotte teen mother charged with murdering her newborn son makes her first court appearance tomorrow. Reg will have your last chance forecast next.